Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. So I have a boat repair for you today. It's repairing our bow thruster. So this old trawler was just a single propeller trawler on the rear, and someone along the way added a bow thruster. Rather than drill a hole through the bow, traditional like, they added one of these side shift thrusters that mount on the front of the boat. They have two props down here. Then it's a big kit you install, and then it has a remote control and a wireless joystick to mount up on the fly bridge. So we had a problem with this. It wouldn't turn on. So that's what I had to repair. So I was going to show you how I repaired that rather than replace the part. So this is the part itself that was faulty, single joystick fixed mount thrusters. And what it is there's the joystick to go left and right, and it has a power button on it. Well, that power button failed to engage. You're supposed to hold that power button down for 2 seconds and then it activates the system. This is a wireless controller, so it talks to the main controller and then your bow thruster works. Well, it suddenly stopped working, but I was able to repair it by adding an external switch. I'm going to show you the circuitry here. There's the wireless joystick there. It takes 12 volts into it, and then when you activate it, talks to its receiver down here. There's a battery, disconnect switch, fuse, motor controller, and then the thruster itself. So just wanted to kind of show you how that works, and then let's get to how I was able to fix this. Rather than ordering a new part, which you can see is $350 Canadian plus shipping, I imagine, I was able to fix it with a $10 part. So here we are up on the fly bridge. I'll show you where the joystick control is mounted right here. So yeah, what happened is this button stopped working. At least that's what I was able to determine. This is just the joystick. You go that way or that way, and the bow will go that way or that way, thrusted. So yeah, you're supposed to hold this down for a couple seconds, and then a light comes on and it's ready to go. But it didn't happen. We were out there, so I took this apart. It's a wireless unit, and underneath here, let's show you here, this ribbon cable goes up into that power switch. It's all molded together, you can't take it apart. But I was able with my meter to use my meter's multimeter function and figure out which of these pins would be shorted to make the thing turn on, and it was those center two pins. So to get back to the dock, I just took my meter lead and shorted those pins together to activate it. It activates for 5 minutes and then turns off. Unless you're using it, it keeps going longer, but there's a 5-minute time period where it times out. Anyway, we were able to get back to the dock, and once at the dock, I soldered on some wires, some hookup wires here, and I bought a switch. Went to one of the marine stores, and I got a momentary switch. So rather than replace this unit, which is $350, I'm just going to leave my mod in there, and then I'm going to take this momentary switch. It's used for a boat horn actually, and I'm going to mount it on my control panel here. I'm going to get a label maker eventually for this boat, and then I'll just label it bow thruster, so then when Anne wants to use the bow thruster, she'll just be able to hold that down and then that'll turn on. Also, I have to redo this silicone. It's kind of has to get the old silicone off because that's how it's held in place. There's a plastic cup that fits in here. There's a power lead down there that plugs into here. This gets mounted with silicone right on the deck there, and that's what keeps it in place. So this first things first is I'm going to clean off that old silicone, apply some new silicone. I got some marine grade silicone sealant there, clear, transparent, so that should do the job. Like I've showed you in some of my RVing videos, I find these hive tools really good for getting silicone off because it's made of metal, so it's very stiff, but it has rounded tips, so you don't really hurt the surface, but you're able to get rid of that old silicone off of there. And then you just need some Goo Gone or something like that to get rid of the last bit. Okay, I got most of it off. Put some silicone around on the collar there and a little bit on my soldered connection just for good measure. Put her back in the hole. There we go. Pushed it all down in place. Once it cures, it should be pretty good. A little bit of cleanup to do afterwards, but that's how that's going to work. So let's maybe go down underneath the helm here and I'll show you the bottom side of this wireless control. I'll show you the wires of the wireless control and then we'll get this mounted. Let's give you a quick look under the upper helm here. So that's the bottom side of the affair, and you can see there's the power wire and there's my hookup wires. What I've done is I've just ran some electrical tape around there just to take any tension off that. I still have to get in here and kind of look at the lead dress in here, maybe do some improvements. You can see there's a bus bars down there, and then in that hole is my control panel up there. So I've spliced in some blue wires here, and they're going to go up to that push button switch. So next task is to mount it, and it'll be pretty close to being completed. There we go. So it looks like this boat had sort of a different panel at one point in its life, and it's been changed out and replaced with this teak box and this black panel. Anyway, I'll just pick a spot there where I can put this through and we should be good to go. Okay, so I drilled a hole just the right size to get that through. Okay, there we go. Mounted it right there. Make it easy to get to. Coming into port, we'll be able to push the button like that without opening the whole thing. So let's give her a test. There you go. You see the blue light came on. And we'll just give it a test here. Went that way. And the other way. Yay! Works. Go down there and give you a look at the thruster in action. There she is down there. So you can see we've actually been in this marina only for a week or so. It's already starting to grow fuzz. Last anchorage I was at, I cleaned that all off and there was no green, but that's how fast stuff can grow, especially in this marina. So this thing also has a fob here. Once you turn on up there, this thing will do the trick as well. So just show you here. There you are. And we'll come back the other way. Pretty cool, eh? And I'll be happy to have that working properly, because this boat just has a single propeller on the back, so it can be hard to steer. But with this, it really helps when it's windy or you're maneuvering in tight quarters to have that working. I just noticed another job I'm going to have to do. This thing appears to be a little bit loose. You can see how much that's moving. I think there's maybe a loose bolt or something going on there. I'm gonna have to look into that to get into the dinghy and stuff. Anyway, that's a job for another day. Anne is very pleased. She actually just took me out for fish and chips because a $10 part solved the problem. There was going to be $350 for the part. Guys charge about $100 install, so it's like a $450 job. Let's see if she likes it. I'll thrust her a try.
Oh.
See if the captain's happy. Red button.
Oh, look at my button. Is it on?
Nope. There you go.
Yay.
Give her a shot. Nice. Cool. 2 thumbs up. Happy wife, happy life. First repair on the boat in the bag. Till next time, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. Cheers, folks.